If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do.
Whoops.
Day 1.
Don't want to play the audio for the ads. Alrighty, this is the Ramsey Show After Show. I'm Coach Steve Money. I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And it is Christmas Day, Christmas evening, late afternoon, actually. And so I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas morning and is enjoying their Christmas Day so far. And I'm celebrating it by doing one of my favorite things is the Ramsey Show After Show. And I'm Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. And for my other financial content, you just scroll down the Ramsey Show After Show, answering your financial questions stream as well. Both those playlists, over 500, isn't it? 443, yeah, 580. 580 shows, and they're usually at least an hour, so probably 580 hours of me talking about financial stuff. Fun times for everybody, right? And the music playlist has 11 Ramsey adjacent songs in there, including You Belong Debt Free, You Belong Debt Free, and How to Do the Baby's Name's Right. So listen to those if you are so inclined. As you can tell, my singer is not my actual job, and so not that great at the singing, but you might like the words to that. Let's see, what is... Oh, I don't need that. And there's no market report today because the market was closed. So it's the same as yesterday, so still up. I mean, I guess we could check to see what the futures are and if we need it. Oh, where's that? Right there. I have a handy dandy link for it right there. Let's see what the futures are. And the futures are up for the NASDAQ and the S&P, but down a little bit, just down a little bit, a smidgen, a hair for the Dow. Okay, sorry for the delay. I was just checking out to see where the Christmas decorations that I put on the stream, where they're blocking it out here. All right. So now let's get to the questions, which is right there. We are on reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey forum, not run by Ramsey Solutions, run by fans, but still pretty cool. Sometimes I do questions from the Facebook group, the Ramsey Baby Steps community, and that one is run by Ramsey Solutions. But let's see what we got here. This is from 1010 Sammy Boo Boo. 1010 Sammy Boo Boo. I don't know what that is. Just maxed out on my 401k for 2024. It's December 20th and 35 years old. After nearly 10 years in the workforce, I finally hit a big milestone, maxing out my 401k for the first time. Cool. 43k, which you should not be doing that if you have any debt. 43k this year, right? I've been contributing since I was 25, but this is the first year I really got focused and intent about it. Great. Feels so good to see the effort pay off. If you're still working on getting serious about retirement, here's a friendly reminder. It's never too late to start. Your future self will thank you. And of course, that is absolutely right. But unfortunately, you got to tell people, if you do not have a starter emergency fund, $1,000, if you do not have that as an emergency fund, you stop investing. Investing is step 4, and you do not do that If you're doing it now before you start the baby steps, you stop investing and you take care of steps 1, 2, and 3. And those are the $1,000 emergency fund for starters. And then once you get that $1,000, then you pay off all your debts from smallest to largest, all your non-mortgage debts. And then after all you're out of non-mortgage debt, then after that you grow that $1,000 savings into 3 to 6 months of living expenses for your full emergency fund. And only after you are done with all that, you start investing or begin again. And yes, even if you get a match at work, no, you turn that down and you get your financial life in order instead of investing too early and making the baby steps take longer. The quicker you can get through the baby steps, the better you are. Better off you are. TuneSoft 7119, baby step 7 or 3B. How are younger people breaking into the housing market? Well, you can't be making a non-high cost of living salary and try to break into the housing market in a high cost of living area. You just can't do that. There's no magic button for that, and just because you're born in a city doesn't mean you get to stay there forever. Sorry about that. There's no passes for that. But how they do it is they save for a bigger down payment, and that sometimes takes longer than they would like because they want to buy a house immediately. Sure, everybody does. Let's see, baby step 7 or 3B. How are younger people breaking into the housing market? That was, you don't need to put it twice. That was the title. Just once would have been fine. I'm 26 and have a goal of owning my own house someday. However, this seems just plain impossible. It's not impossible. I used to bullseye womp rats in my T16 back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters. That's from Star Wars A New Hope. I take home about $3,600 a month. 66K total pre-tax annual income, and am able to save around $1,000 a month. Okay, work overtime when possible. Fabulous, which can add up to $3,000 a month under ideal situations. Great, but I don't budget for that, and it all goes into my high yield savings account. Okay, that's fine unless you're on baby steps 1, 2, or 3. Let's see. At the moment, I have about $12,000 dedicated to a down payment, okay? And I'm feeding nearly all of my savings each month into this fund, which is a high yield savings account, right? And that's fine, but you still do need to have your full emergency fund. And if you have non-mortgage debt already, you don't do any of that. You don't save 1 penny for a house while you have non-mortgage debt. Let's see. Oh, let's go and open it up since there's more, and maybe it'll be good stuff. Where my problem lies is in the mirror. Always. It's always, you are always the problem. Where my problem lies is the cost of houses. That's not your problem. Your problem is things that you can change, and that's your behavior. So the cost of houses, that's just the cost of houses. You don't have any control over that. So that's not a problem. That's called what we call reality. In reality, I always suggest that it be embraced. Embrace reality and act accordingly. Let's say cheapest homes in my area are $300,000-ish, often $350,000. Okay, my boy or girl said, what would Dave do? Flair, by the way. So he would do the baby steps and not try to buy too much house, obviously. But my boy said 60K, right? Where he at? 66K, okay. So, and that's pre, so let's take it down to 60 for take home, and it'll probably be even less than that, but 1660 is 120. And now the 60 is 30. So that's $150,000 house is the most expensive mortgage you should get. So that means you have to save up about $150,000 to put down on a $300,000 house. So that's a no. So, and again, sorry if you live in it. You've got, there's two situations that are happening. Your town could have houses that are too expensive, and there are just some high cost of living areas. Like if you're in California, I don't want to hear that, because of course those are going to be probably, you know, 1-bedroom houses for $300,000. So you know, you have to deal with the facts and deal with the reality of the situation. So, but I mean, also some places can get unnecessarily higher just because of demand, and the demand is what makes it go up. So that's also out of your control. So I mean, you can whine about it all you want to, but it's the reality, and you need to do that. Yeah, so I would need $180,000 down payment to get the mortgage under $1,000 a month, which is 25% of my take-home pay. Exactly what I said. Yes. I don't understand what the question is. Wah, I can't get a house right away? Is that what the question is? This would mean saving for many years at my current saving capacity. Why don't you try to get a better job, or move to a different area, or target a cheaper house, probably, which will be in a different area. How about that? Nobody wants to do that. They just want some magic way to fix it. And that's not going to happen. Let's see, which is long enough for home prices to both crash with luck. Okay, it could be. So we don't know, but you don't time the market. You buy it when you can afford it, and you can't afford it until you save at least $150,000 by my math. But I'll take yours, because you know exactly what your take-home pay is. Boo, boo, boo. I don't want to rent forever. Tough crap. I don't care. That's not the reality. If you buy a house without putting $180,000 down, or at least $150,000, then you're going to be house poor. And you may get in a situation where it's not sustainable. If one little thing goes wrong in that house, then you may have a problem as far as like fixing something if something goes out on you, because I'm assuming it wouldn't be a brand new house, but even if it is, things can break on there. So let's see, because rent will and has increased much faster than my wage. Yeah, so you need to get more money to live in that area is the whole thing. There's no fix for not making high cost of living money and living in a high cost of living area, except for saving longer for the down payment, for a higher down payment. And I can only work so much overtime. I am perfectly fine renting for now. You need to be fine renting for a long time. Even though I hate apartments, tough crap. Again, tough crap. Wah, wah. I am just trying to figure out how getting into the real estate game is possible and how to plan for it. I already told you. You make more money, or you set your sights on cheaper houses in that area. And if there are none, you move. Sorry. There's not any other way to do that, except to keep renting while you continue to save, and you don't have a life outside of that. You don't buy anything unnecessary. You can, if you're investing now, you can stop investing for up to 2 years while you do baby step 3B, which that's saving for the down payment. So especially you're only 26? Yeah, 26. So, I mean, you still have 40 years in the market. So you can take 2 years off of investing, and you would put all that investing money in there. I don't know if it said he's investing. I don't think. No, it didn't say he's investing either. So if you can't afford the investing and the house payment, then that's definitely a no. You're gonna be house poor if you do that. And so there's no easy button. There's no easy button to push. There's no magic. It's not gonna happen. You need to make more money or move, or just plan for it to take a very, 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 very long time. Oh, let's see. Are you married to your current job? Bigger goal, right? Fortunate to married young, dual incomes, yeah. I can do all the fixing up myself, but sadly, all the rundown houses have been bought up and been turned into Airbnb. Yeah, well, again, that's the reality of the situation. It's rough, not gonna lie. Yeah. Don't type not gonna lie, just don't lie. You have to save really aggressively for a down payment. Exactly. All right. So people know what up. So they set this person correct in the subreddit here. Fun times. Molly McKen, 13. All right. Insurance costs for kids. We have to re-register for our insurance by today. Okay, I can't help you with that because that was 5 days ago. But we'll read it anyway and see what's up. I'm just trying to find out. I'm just finding out that it will jump up to $266 per paycheck for our 2-year-old. My husband and I are both covered by our employers, but $530 a month is creeping dangerously close to about 10% of our monthly income for just our toddler's insurance. Is that health insurance? You do not need life insurance on a toddler. The life insurance would only be needed if the person being insured has a dependent, people dependent on their income. So nobody's I mean, obviously it would be a horrible, horrible tragedy, but the toddler is not making income that people are depending on. So if it's health insurance, you got to get that. And it sounds like this is a separate deal than the employee plan. Check for, you said you're both covered by your employers. Maybe it will be cheaper if you get all on one family plan. Let's see. We have no other options within my employer's offerings. Okay. Check with the husbands. Check with husbands plan to see if they can get a family plan that would save you money like that. Let's see. This just seemed completely unrealistic budget wise. Should I switch just our kid to CHM or some other insurance plan? Yeah, if it's cheaper. But again, you would think generally cheaper would be on a family plan, just like generally a family phone plan is cheaper. Of course, unless you're on the big providers, Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, all the ones you've heard. But you could get on a family plan for, or even single plans for everybody, and a Mint Mobile or Visible or any other. There's a couple other ones, discount cell phone service, so you could do that. But is anyone else's health insurance this high? I haven't had a dependent in a while, so. But he was always on my ex-wife's work plan, and it wasn't anywhere near $266 for any one of us that were on there. So I would if yours is bad, don't just assume husband's is bad as well and going to be expensive. So I would check with the husbands if you haven't done that. If you've already done that, then yeah, check outside for independent health insurance. So it is health insurance, okay, not life, okay. We were paying $190 paycheck this past year. What do you guys do for insurance? Is this normal pricing? Out of touch, you can always check with Xander Insurance, which is who Dave recommends. They are insurance brokers, and so they will find you the cheapest rate. So yeah, definitely check with them or another insurance broker. But like I said, check with your husband on a family plan, and maybe you're paying too much for yours as well. And if you get on your husband's family plan, you and the child, maybe it'll be cheaper overall. Arctic Jill again. What did Arctic Jill say last time? Arctic Jill wanted to do something dumb, I believe, before. Looking for it. Or was it that one? Oh, misunderstood the got Baby Steps Millionaire book and thought that the key to it was leveraging on house price rise. You're not taking out a HELOC or anything like that. You're not going in debt, putting up the house up for collateral. That's not how you advance in the baby steps. How you advance in the baby steps is you work more and spend less and quit buying crap. And so I haven't read Baby Steps Millionaire, but I'm sure the baby steps are in front of it. And so Arctic Jill here just read it and misunderstood it, apparently. So I do not know, but let's see. It's gone into much more bad situation, apparently. Started my first week, baby step 1. And I already want to quit due to depression and suicidal thought. Any advice? Well, you got to get counseling for that. I mean, if the problem is the baby steps making you that way, then again, you still need counseling either way. But was this our depression and suicidal thoughts already happening, or is the baby steps the cause of it for you? Either way, counseling on that. So let's see. Hi, I'm new here and love this sub. Great. Hopefully somebody explained it to her that she was interpreting it wrong previously. I'm aware that this is not a self-help sub, but I sincerely want to give my life a second chance. I would advise that as well, since some of the depression Reddit sub can be too negative, and I strongly think you guys are real tough, like heroes. Okay, so I want to see how you made it. If you just turned 40 with the following, I'm from Europe, but I convert everything to USD. Okay, so we'll get to see the numbers involved, and that we can help with. Otherwise, counseling. I would still look into counseling, regardless. 65K US dollar debt, okay? 13 credit card, 10 tax. You would put the 10 tax first, smallest to largest. The 10K tax would be first anyway. Everything else is personal debt from a few things through friends who are very kind to me, never asked me to pay anything yet, and told me to pay the credit card debt first. Right, but no, you would pay the tax debt first. That's how you do that. I don't know, but the Europe, might be a little different, but we have a thing here where we like to take care of, Dave calls them the KGB, and that of course is from Europe. That's in Russia, and they don't handle the tax collection. They are much more nefarious than that, and so that's why he just over exaggerates and calls the IRS here in the United States the KGB. But so yeah, you would be paying that off. Yeah, but I don't understand what the problem is, or what you don't understand. Let's see. Seems like you figured it out. You need to save the $1,000 USD for or even $1,000 in your currency. Either way. Single for the last 8 years, living in a foreign country. Still, you can't go back home because your home country is no more. Okay. Your father's 70 and you know the days are numbered. You have not seen him for 5 years. The huge pressure of not wanting your father to see you struggling as the last thing he sees before dying kills me daily. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't like take all this stuff that's outside of it and do that. You have to look at these numbers as these numbers, and you have to take care of the numbers, knowing that that will put you in a better place. So again, if you're going to if you're going to add your feelings to it, then that's where it becomes counseling matter. The blame I have on myself that is due to stupid spending. Sure, all of us have done that crap. Yeah, you just got to forgive yourself and make it better. Failure in the first business I built without a stop loss plan, I think. Yeah, and so that was dumb too. Starting the business was dumb too. A guy on the Ramsey show replay today wanted to start an RV renting business, and hopefully they talked him out of it, because it wouldn't have been a good idea. He could have just invested his money and made more money. Let's see. So we've all done the stupid spending. Yeah, you just have to forgive yourself for that. And if you can't, again, counseling. No full-time job right now, just a part-time job. Get a full-time job right now. You can take care of that. Do that. So technically I'm still adding debt every day. Right. And so you got to stop that. You said you know it's a problem. You said you don't like it, so stop it. So I'm still adding debt every day for every single piece of rice I'm eating. A little bit drama here, but I get it. Some people are affected by things, and you may need counseling, but you're not going to get counseled on this subreddit. Let's see. Auto rejection by ATS. I don't know what that is, or some other computer system. Oh, trying to find one for half a year. Well, get a full-time job you think you're too good for. Master's degree in top university. Yeah, get a full-time job you think you're too good for, while you continue to look for a job that you think is deserving of your talents and your wonderfulness. But the 4 years entrepreneur, self-employed adventure might have killed all the chance to come back to the corporate world for a job. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. You're so being C-3PO about this. We're doomed. Everything is bad. Everything is bad. Everything is bad. And again, if you can't snap out of that yourself, you need counseling. All of it made me feel like I ruined my life all by my own hands. Yeah, you didn't ruin it. If you're still breathing, you have time to fix it. Most importantly, let's say eventually I got a full-time job to pay off this debt. By the time I can paying off this debt, I will be like 48. Yeah, hey, that's better than it taking until you're 49. You got to quit whining and just do it. And just to start again at zero. Yeah. I mean, if you can put away all the emotional stuff to say, well, let's just say, because you're figuring it out exactly what to do, and you even said you could be done by 48, then freaking do it. Why not do it? And just to start again at zero, starting at zero is better than starting at negative. With no chance to have a family because no woman would want to date a guy. Okay, so a woman would want to date a guy. I thought this was a female. Thought I saw something about a female. Okay. So anyway, 48. So let's see. Just zero debt. I can't imagine how worried my father would be at 78, knowing his son just start from zero. Well, you're starting from negative now, so that would be better. So you're all in your feelings. You got to have counseling. When you realize that it's just down way south, what's the point of living? Again, counseling. Have any of you faced a similar emotional pain? I'm not similar to this, no. So I can't say on this because I don't have those feelings, and it was never too late for me, and it's not too late for you either. So how did you keep motivating yourself for your debt repayment journey? That you stop thinking so negative. You stop being a negative Nancy here. And like I said, you keep saying things. I can't imagine how worried my father would be at 78 knowing his son just start from zero. And so what is keeping you from saying, well, that's better than starting at negative? Dumb. You're being dumb. Okay. And if it's because of psychological problems, then you need counseling. So unfortunately, I don't have an answer for if you felt like that, because I never felt like that. I always knew that it was my dumb mistakes that caused the problem and that I should fix them. And I did that later in life as well. Maybe not quite as late as you, but still, again, if you're breathing, you still have time to fix things. Alrighty. Maddie Bag says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Yeah, I typed that in the chat. Merry Christmas, you filthy baby steppers. And yeah, that's from, if you don't know, was it being me? That's from Home Alone. It's a Christmas movie and a comedy. John Hughes. Fabulous. Distinct Damage 49.79. I just want a house or condo and to be able to afford to have kids help. So this is probably the same thing that happened before, is you're trying to live in a high cost of living area and you don't have a high cost of living salary. There's no fix for that except longer saving and longer not buying a house. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what the whole thing is. Not that long. Let's check it out. What would Dave do? Dave would do the freaking baby steps and save for a higher down payment. And to be able to afford kids don't cost that much. You got to buy diapers and such. And, that's a cost, but it's not that much. If you have debt, your debt is worse than the kid costs. All right, about to start a job that has a base pay of 140K plus 15% yearly bonus, but that isn't guaranteed. Okay, so 140K. All right. Husband makes 62K a year. That's $200,000 a year. Where are you living that you can afford that? Dumb. With a combined gross income around 200K, you would think we would be able to get out of debt, buy a house, and save for retirement, right? Yeah, but you don't do all that. And this is where some people, for some reason, are so dumb and they think that you get out of debt, you buy a house, and you save for retirement all at the same time. You do not do that. You put all of the efforts for it. So you see that gross income, you got to pay taxes out of that. So then what's that? Maybe 150, 140,000. Then you would do your expenses after that out of your take-home pay, and you would only buy 100% necessary expenses like diapers and such like that. Because you're tired, getting takeout is not 100% necessary, so that's a no. Buying dumb crap is a no because you don't need it. Let's see. You would think we would be able to get, you do these one at a time. And if you need to save a larger down payment to buy a house, you stop investing for up to 2 years. Let's look at reality. My favorite. That's great that you said that. So why aren't you looking at it already? Why don't you know already if you're looking at reality? We live in New Jersey, and that might be the problem. You might not be able to afford houses there. Sorry. My elderly mother lives near the Jersey Shore and need to be within 2 hours of her to look after her. Okay, that's great. You being a good daughter. But That's a limitation you are putting on yourself, so you don't get to say, "Oh, well, I should get a pass because I need to stay here and take care of my mother." That's not, you don't get a pass on the math. That is the reality. My husband works in Oakland in northern New Jersey and needs to commute every day. Why don't you move there? Or he only makes 62 a year. Maybe he can get a job closer. Boom. So yeah, but see, people don't want to do that stuff. They want to keep the things the same. That they want to keep the things the same, but they want to change not being able to buy too much house. They want to change that instead of changing the job or changing where it is, and that would get rid of that commute every day, and that would save wear and tear on vehicle. That would save gas. Let's see, my job will be work from home or travel, so that isn't an issue. So then if northern New Jersey is 2 hours within your mom, move to where he works, or he needs to work where you live. With a gross income of $200,000, our net income will be about $10K per month, okay? That means if we take Dave's advice, which you should do, that's always what you should do, no matter what crap you just typed, that's what you should always do. It doesn't matter. This is the right advice. It's been proven millions of documented times, and you just want what you can't have. Sorry about that. So let's see. Our housing shouldn't cost more than $2,500 per month. Absolutely. Absolutely. With the current market and interest rates, this means we can afford a house that is about $300,000. Yes. What's the question? So again, you understand it perfectly. So what's with the bullcrap? I don't get it. Every single option I see within the area we need to live in. That's a limitation you're putting on yourself. And is that truly a 2-hour radius around your mom, or are you picking a particular area in that 2-hour radius around your mom? And so that's crazy. Okay, one of them would be bad, needing to stay around your mom, and so that's going to negatively affect you financially. Okay, that by itself would be bad. The husband having to do a 2-hour commute and you guys continuing to do that, that is bad by itself. And then when you put those together, see, you are the problem here. The problem isn't the high cost of living there. You are the problem. Stop being the problem. Be the answer. Yeah, about $300,000. Yeah. And so tough crap if you can't find one. Then you save for a larger down payment. And that's how you get that cost down. And see, a lot of people, they don't even think about doing that. They don't even, because they want it now. They don't want to save for a year or two for a down payment. Let's see, is either in need of major renovation or in a dangerous town. Okay, well, and so now you can't have dangerous towns. So, and is that reality? Is it really a dangerous town? Or you just have your heart set on a particular area? So this is what I would challenge this person with. If I was meeting with a person, doing a consultation with this church, this is all the challenges that I would give on that, and say you need to think about this and this and this and this. I'm just feeling so discouraged. Yeah, we all can't get what we want. Life is not fair. Life just doesn't give you everything, especially when you start putting limitations on what you're willing to do to get it. Moving out of state is not an option, right? You already said that, because I'm not saying move out of the state. I'm saying change what's happening. Hey, I got a great idea. You know what you can do? Guess what? You can move out of state, and so can your mom. See, these are all things that are actually options. You just don't want to do them. So again, the 90 comments here, so that's fun. Not closed down yet though, but let's see, we're going to probably just keep renting. Yep. Condo's bad investment. Boom. What else? Just seeing if there's anything good there. That's not a whole paragraph. You're missing a big thing. Saving for a good downsized down payment. That's what I said. Saving up a larger down payment. It's sick that 200K is barely affording a single family home in New Jersey. It consistently see listens between $600,000 to $800,000. Yep. Want to know people that make more money, or that are saving more of a down payment, or people that are buying too much house and it won't be sustainable and they'll be losing the house. Even with 20% down, mortgage is over $5K per month, including tax. Yeah, so you can't buy that. That person lives in New Jersey. See, I have family in that area and would love to live there. See, my husband isn't willing to switch jobs. So you have things that you're not willing to do. Your husband has things that he's not willing to do. You are putting yourself into this situation. Congratulations. You can fix things if you want to fix them. You do not want to fix them. You want to put limitations instead. OMG... Ms. Lee. I think that's what that is. Debt free December 2024. Excellent. 5 years, 3 months, and we are debt free entirely. We were on target to be paid off next June, but received a small Christmas bonus and were able to pay off mortgage and last car payment yesterday. Fabulous. September 2019, we took the financial peace class led by our friend and neighbor through his church. He passed away 2 weeks ago. Oh my goodness. I wish he could have seen us hit the milestone. He knows. He knows you hit it. He changed our lives by changing our mindset about debt. Excellent. No more normalizing debt. Excellent. Principal paid $149,525. House 113 and change, close to 114. Credit card close to 19. Truck 9,000. Car 8,200. Interest paid $17,330. Total paid $166,000. We had only the $1,000 emergency fund for quite some time, but hubby's income is too erratic. There's more of it, but we don't need any more. We got it. Debt free, and that's fabulous. Freedom! Excellent. So what these people did was not put limitations on themselves, and they got it done. And it took 5 years, and apparently they were fine with it. They made it work. And that's how you do that. Financial coach 5191. Interesting. A financial coach having to ask a question on here. Start medical school. Doing that on top of financial coaching. All right. That'll happen. That's fine to do. I start medical school in the fall and will likely have to take out grad plus loans to cover the tuition and living expenses while I'm in school. Okay, so let's see. It doesn't say it on here, but part of baby step 0 is that you do not take out loans. It doesn't matter if you're going to medical school and you think you'll graduate, because that's not guaranteed. I'll graduate and then I'll make plenty of money to pay off the loans. Guess what? That doesn't always happen. So let's see. I was researching about these loans, which admittedly suck because of the interest rate and origination fees, and that's why I don't know. I mean, hopefully you're not a Ramsey solution certified financial coach, because if you are, I would expect you to know that Mr. Ramsey is the no debt guy, and there are no loans for anything. No loans for starting a business, no loans for college, which is basically that's trying to invest in you being in the medical profession. So there's none of that. There's no car loans. The only thing he won't yell at you getting a loan for is a mortgage for a house that you live in. So let's see. And I just discovered the Ramsey Solutions is adamantly against them, against any kind of loans, not just Grad Plus loans, any kind of loans. So if you're trying to put it to just Grad Plus loans, then you're thinking about it wrong, because it's any loans. Instead, advising graduate students to go part-time to cash flow school, pick up extra jobs, or just wait until they are in a financial situation where they can afford it. Yes. Here's the problem. No, it's not a problem for anybody except you, because you don't want to do any of that stuff. You can't do med school part-time. You can't spread it out over more years except under extenuating circumstances. Again, that's tough crap. You need to save up all the money first and then do it then. If that's the case, sorry, you don't get to change reality just because you want to do something. That's a no. Now, you can do what normal people would do. Because guess what? Normal people, which is most people, do not take the Ramsey advice and they play with debt instead. And so you can certainly do that dumb crap if you want to. You know, and good luck. Hopefully it'll work out for you. But guess what? Do you know how many people flunked out of medical school? Do you know how many people took out student loans at all for any reason and then didn't finish and then still had to pay back the freaking student loans? Yeah, too many of them. Don't do that dumb crap. Financial Coach 5191, and you should know that already. Even if you're not Ramsey certified, if you're an actual financial coach of any type, you should know how loans work and that there's no freaking guarantee that you're going to graduate. Dumb as crap. All right. Let's see. Pretend Ostrich 8665. Paying down debt of $7K. I need to pay ASAP, and $8K I can chip away at. Well, we pay all of the debt ASAP. That's how we do it. We don't stretch out debt for no reason. Like, you're not adding to savings while you're doing the baby steps. Baby step 2, you're just doing baby step 2. You already have $1,000 savings, and that's it. You do not save one penny more. Everything else goes to debt. I only have an extra $350 monthly to do, so how can I get the debt with Capital One down ASAP without hurting my credit? Okay. First of all, we don't give a rat's ass about credit. We don't care about credit. Doesn't matter. We don't care about it. So you're not gonna. I mean, if you don't interact with debt, your credit rating is gonna go down. But fortunately, we don't care. You don't need it for anything in America. You don't need it. You can still buy a house with manual underwriting. So you do not do that. So if you only have an extra $350 monthly, okay, so what you need to do, I mean, this could be a kid, who knows? A kid is still working part-time with this low amount of debt and the maybe low amount of income as well. So this still could be a kid, but regardless, you work more and you cut unnecessary things out of your budget. If it's not 100% necessary to live, you do not buy it. No Starbucks. No going out with your friends and spending money. You pay off your $15,000 and then you're in a better spot. And then you would still continue to not buy anything, to not have a life while you save up your full emergency fund as well. So that's how you do that. Fun times. I'm being sarcastic because it's not fun. Nobody's saying it's going to be fun. It's fun once you get the steps done. And as you get the steps done, as you get further up the steps, it's more fun each step you do. Throwaway 28980X. Should I take out a personal loan to pay off my car loan to avoid high insurance payments? Just pay it off as fast as you can. And see, the problem is when moving it around and playing the shell game, that makes you think you've done something when you haven't. You've just moved it around. The personal loan, see, when you take that out, there may be some origination fees or something like that in there, so that would actually put you into even more debt. If they don't have any of that, then that may save you some on not interest, insurance. Let's see. It's somewhere is charging you higher rate because you have a loan on the car. Let's see. Hello all, I'm a little bit, so yeah, I should, I've been told that a bit before, that I should read the question before I answer it. I was thinking interest rate, I'm sorry. I am in a little bit of a financial dilemma and had an idea that sounded so smart on paper. Yeah, people always scheming and scamming. They always going to fix the baby steps. That there has to be some sort of negative or downfall to it. Okay, I'll find it if there is. My situation is a little complex, so stick with me and give me your opinions on what you would do. 3 years ago, I was 24 and bought a 2016 Dodge Charger. As we get way too much information, none of that matters. RT Scat Pack, none of that crap matters. My payment, it doesn't really matter. Insurance was $200, not terrible. Well, I may have got caught doing 153 in a 65-mile-an-hour zone. That's smart not to say you definitely did it, although it's too late now apparently if it's affecting your insurance. So what does the personal loan got to do with that? Learn my lesson, trust me, great. Lost my license, I had to take driving class. I do have SR22 until 2025, all of which set my insurance premiums up, of course. Is that, oh, that's like a special insurance thing. And again, how does that get you out of it? How does that, I've not heard of that, where your insurance would be, I mean, I guess because you did that, but the having a loan on the vehicle, I don't think that makes your insurance go up higher. Let's see if it does. At the time, it only went up $50 or so, but now fast forward 3 years later, 27, and now my insurance payments are almost $500 a month. That may just be you have dumb insurance. That you have a bad insurance company. Shop around for different insurance. I can't drop any coverage because it is financed through my credit union. Nobody's telling you to drop it. Get other insurance in place first and then drop it. If your credit union will not let you change insurances, that's a bad situation as well. But you have to take it up with them. So the personal loan is not going to change that. Oh, I see, because you want to get it away from that credit union. I guess if the credit union's causing the problem, there's more of my car payment right now while I can afford it. I think it's a huge waste of money every month, and I haven't got a ticket citation ever since that initial traffic stop I mentioned. Well, that was enough for a lot of small ones, so quit whining. So this is what I was thinking. I owe about $12K left on my charger and was thinking about taking out a personal loan of $12K to pay it off, giving me the title. Then I can drop insurance on it. I would park it in my garage and never drive it, and only drive my beater around town until I pay off the charger. Okay, or you could just sell the charger. Especially if you're in baby step 2 or 3. Sell the freaking car. Extra $500 a month could be used to pay it off faster. Is it a smart idea? The only negatives I could think are the APR will be higher on a personal loan. Right. And that is not smart. You're not supposed to add debt, and you would be doing debt. So that's probably a no. But I don't think it'd be higher than $6K a year for insurance. Well, you got to make sure of that. You got to make sure you understand the situation correctly, and it's your credit union that's the problem here. It might not be that the credit union is the problem. You might be the problem. Your driving history, your ticket history may be the problem. So you got to make 100% sure of that. I've not heard of a situation like this before. Also, I would never drive the car, so there would be no risk of it getting into an accident with no insurance. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Because it's a car loan, a car finance, with the credit union, they are the ones that are requiring insurance. I got it. And so if okay, I understand it now. Yeah, and I actually have heard of that before. Okay. So yeah, don't keep the car. Sell the car. And get on with your life. Let's see, I live in a pretty safe state and own a garage, so I'm 99.9% sure it never gets stolen. Please give me your opinions below. Maybe I'm missing something or overthinking it. I'm going to go to my credit union after the holidays and see if they can do anything for me. They're going to require that you have insurance, but this is the person, okay, and you might be overthinking it, because this would be classic overthinking, where you're thinking all of this and you typed out all of this and you didn't even check another insurance company for that. Contact Xander Insurance. Contact a insurance broker and have them try to see what the cheapest insurance they can get for you is. So it doesn't have to be done through whatever company, unless your credit union is requiring it that way. But you do have to have insurance overall on it, so it has to be insurance for somewhere. But it may just be you have a dumb insurance company. Maybe you took the first one you saw or something like that before. So I'm sure the problem, it's your fault, whatever it is. It's definitely your fault of overthinking it. If that's the case. If you've checked them all and they're all going to be the same amount, then yeah, again, why not sell it? Why keep something where you're paying on it and you can't use it until that ticket falls off or whatever? So I would look into all that I said. Yeah, but people with finances, people do this all the time. They do, and I mean, this little bit of text here, this is not that much, but this person has put so much thought into this. You know how much of a waste of time it is if he's never checked any other insurance companies? So dumb. People are dumb. I used to be dumb too. Try not to be dumb is my advice for everybody. Alrighty, let's see. Again, hope everybody's having a wonderful Christmas evening now. Neither housing 6657, how to treat a windfall. Okay, and now people hate it. Some people hate it, but I'm going to answer before I read it. I will read it. Can't wait to read it. I think it'll be fabulous. But how you treat any extra money at all, doesn't matter where it comes from. Doesn't matter where it comes from. You put it on whatever baby step you're on. Just because you have all of a sudden got a big chunk of money, like for example, say you got enough money to pay the house off. You do not just pay the house off and keep baby step 2 debt. You pay off the baby step 2 debt first, and then anything left over, you go up the baby steps as well. If you don't have the full emergency fund, you would use some of it for that. To get that done, you don't leave a step until you're there, and you don't pay extra on the mortgage until you get to baby step 6, and you do 4, 5, and 6 at the same time if they are applicable. Okay, so let's see if there's anything You know, and that's the beauty of the Ramsey advice, because it doesn't change. Your little situation doesn't change the advice ever. It's all based on the numbers and what baby step you're on. And it never changes. You're either on them, or you are paused on them because of an emergency. Or, you know, I mean, it doesn't necessarily an emergency. It could be you're pregnant. And then you're in stork mode, and that's still a pause. So, and that's much better than an emergency as well. So, but you're either you're either doing them, or they're paused, or you're not taking Dave's advice. So then why ask in the Dave Ramsey subreddit? So you're free to do any of that stuff. Newer to the baby steps. Okay, that makes sense, because he says no consumer debt, just a 30-year mortgage. Yep. Got that before I got Dave's wisdom, right? Okay. Well, if you have Dave's wisdom, you would already know to put it whatever baby step you're on. I have a $16K emergency fund, $5K house car emergency fund. That you're not supposed to do that either. You're not supposed to do separate ones for a house and car. And contribute 15%. Unless you're on step 7, then you can do all kinds of stupid crap that you want to do, like extra emergency funds and stuff. You can do whatever you want on step 7. Let's see. But not on step 7, on step 6. So instead of having a 5K house car emergency fund, that would go into the mortgage instead. My mortgage balance, $103K, and I'm getting ready to make my quarterly principal only payment at the end of December. The windfall is only about $3,000, but it is a windfall to me, since it is a little more than what I take home a month. Okay, do I put this all toward the mortgage, or should I max out my high health savings account and Roth IRA? You're supposed to put, if you're already doing 15%, that's all you should be doing while you have the mortgage. So yes, at this point, for this person, unless you need to save some for kid college, you could start that. Oh, no kids or wife. Okay. So someone tell me what baby step I'm on. LOL. No kids or wife. You're on 6. So yeah, put that $3,000 towards the mortgage. Congratulations. Put that $3,000 and also the 5K house car emergency fund to it as well. $8,000. Your 16K emergency fund will take care of a house or car emergency. If the 16K emergency fund can't take care of the house emergency or the car emergency, then guess what? An extra 5K isn't going to take care of it either. So no extra savings. Now, if this is something like that, you know you're going to need 100% for the car, or like, I mean, even an oil change or something like that. If you can't cash flow that, you can't trust yourself to cash flow it, you're in baby step 6. I would assume you can make yourself have enough money. You can budget it that month and pay for the oil change, etc. Or tires or something like that. You can just save up a couple months before it, and then you buy your tires. If you have to, you can do a sinking fund for known upcoming expenses like that, but not in general house car emergency fund. There's no such thing as that. Your full emergency fund would take care of those if you have those. So that's a no on that. So you would put all $8,000 to the house. And again, you're on baby step 6. If you don't have kids, you don't have to save for you don't have to save for kid college until there are kids. The kids have to exist first. Exist and then save for them for kid college. And so, and you don't have any debt. Supposedly no mention of it. So I'm assuming you don't have debt. No consumer debt. Oh, it says it. Okay, my bad. That's my bad. But yeah, you need to be putting that in there. And also, I mean, this person always, I don't let people go, I don't let people tell me like all their stuff. And I don't just say, okay, you're doing great. I can always think of a way for them to make it better. Like, this person, appears to be doing fine, outside of the 5K house/car emergency fund, which I don't see that on the freaking list. So that's a no for doing that. But otherwise, this person, doing fairly fine. But I can always say to, at worst, if everything is great, at worst, I can always say, well, you know what? You could check your budget and see if there's things that you don't really need to spend on, and you could put that money to mortgage and be done with the baby steps faster. I can always say that, and so I do always say that. I always recommend a way to make it happen faster. Now, a lot of people don't like that, and they don't want to do the thing that I suggest, but I suggest it. People, my clients, anybody in the world as well that aren't my clients, everybody is free to do exactly what they want to do with their money. And since I know how life is, I have embraced the reality that most people do not want to take the Ramsey advice. So when they don't want to do that, I am not surprised. I do find myself, unfortunately, getting a little bit surprised as to why some of these people post in the Dave Ramsey subreddit when obviously they don't want to take his advice. Why they post in here instead of some other, like the debt leverage forum or wherever the crypto bro forum or the financial bro forum, wherever. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for the Christmas Day edition of the Ramsey Show After Show. And I will be live after each one of the Ramsey Show replays. There will be no new shows of the Ramsey Show until January 2nd is going to be the first one. So I will be doing that every weekday, including tomorrow, December 26th. And also New Year's Eve, which is a Tuesday, next Tuesday, and next Wednesday. Of course, New Year's Day, I will be doing shows on there, unless I get invited to something from someone. So, but that hasn't happened yet, so I'm not thinking that will happen. If I'm home, I will be doing the Ramsey Show After Show because I can't think of anything that would be more. I can't think of almost nothing. Like I would blow off the Ramsey Show if the Aftershow show, and the Ramsey Show, for example, if my kids wanted to do something, or even one of them would want to do something, I would do that for sure. But generally, they have lives and stuff as well. And so there's plenty of days where they wouldn't want to do that I can do the after show. Alrighty. Once again, Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. Not just a guy running my mouth. Actually certified to do so. YouTube.com/Coach Steve Money is the site you're watching this on, and you just scroll down past the Oak Island playlist for my financial content. That's the Ramsey Show After Show playlist, and the Answering Your Financial Questions playlist, and the music playlist, which has 11 Ramsey Jason songs in there. Listen to them if you are so inclined. Singing, not my regular job, but you might like the lyrics and you might be able to sing it better than me. And if you can sing it better than me, by all means record it, send it to me. I will play it on the Ramsey Show After Show. Alrighty. And let's do the plugs now, even though those were plugs as well. You can schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com/CoachSteveMoney. You can email me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Donations can go to paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. Alternatively to CashApp at $Coach Steve Money. The kids love the Cash App. Walmart gift card to Coach Steve Money. Alternatively, still super chat and super stickers on live streams and on pre-recorded videos. It's called Super Thanks. and upcoming streams. The Ramsey Show Aftershow show is a Monday through Friday, even after the current replays of the Ramsey Show, and that's 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time, and that is approximate. Sometimes it runs a little bit longer than that, and so, but as soon as they are done on the YouTube, that's when I start streaming there, right on the YouTube. Alrighty. Again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful one of those. And as always, make smart financial decisions every day.